losing. Like, I feel like I'm at work. I mean, I'm like watching this football game. I ended up calling this game. This is fun. This hockey game will be more, like, infinitely more exciting. Oh, there's Whitney Naslund scoring against Harvard. 5-hole. Scores. Yeah, I know. It's all 79% me. If not 100. They sneak in the Quinnipiac goal, too, somewhere, but... What's that? Oh, yeah. That's at the beginning, I think. Boom, boom, boom. This is pretty good. We got 750 till puck drop here. Ambient noise goal. Hey. Quinnipiac. What a play by Laura Harwood. If I can memorize this thing. Score! That was the Harvard win. Yeah? We're good? Winning it. All right. Matt. Get Matt. Matt, can you turn me off until I'll just go at puck drop or right after the anthem. Does that work? Can you hear me? All right, we'll just assume that you are hearing me. Good afternoon, hockey fans. Welcome to the Houston Fieldhouse for today's non-league matchup featuring the Yukon Huskies and the Engineers of RPI. Game 2 of a two-game series. RPI winning yesterday by a 4-1 score. And we are quickly underway from Troy. Engineers picking up their first win in 16 games dating back to last year as they'll shoot the puck all the way down the ice. So wave off the icing. Yukon in the road dark blue uniforms, RPI in their home whites with red and black trim as it's carried on by Margaret Zimmer for Yukon. They turn it over, head back the other way. It's Taylor Mahoney, picked up her first goal of the year in an empty netter. She'll send a shot on goal, sticked away by the freshman Annie Belanger. Belanger, as I mentioned, a freshman, 5'9" from Sherbrooke, Quebec. She did not play yesterday. It was Elaine Chuley who was in goal for the Huskies. There's a good break up there as the Huskies were trying to break out. RPI broke it up for a second. Now they will move it out to center. Leah Burris got as far as center ice, but the Engineers shoot it right back in. Jessica Stott up the far board, skips by Brandy Banks and out to center. Whitney Wren will move it over to senior Delaney Middlebrook, and now it'll be Laura Horwood back to claim it for RPI. Horwood, 3 assists on the year, leads the team. She'll work it up the near side boards, trying to get it out. Taken over by Swoboda. She taps it around the defender. Swoboda into the zone, has Wash in the middle. She'll pick it up in the corner, backhands it towards the middle. It was knocked away by the defender, Allie Hughes, junior out of La Canada, California. Back to the RPI end, Catherine Schilter, who picked up her first goal of the year in yesterday's game, gets it deep. Back behind it goes for Hughes. Up in the air and out to center, right to Schilter. She'll go D to D to Amanda Kimmerly and feed it on to Mari Mankey. Mankey into the far corner with it. Engineers want to change. Actually, no, they're offside. They'll have to touch up and do. Kayla Campero to the RPI line and across it. Down low for Kelly Harris. Harris had the Connecticut goal in yesterday's game. Tries to work it below the goal line into the near corner. Lindsay Hilwa for RPI, the sophomore, trying to dig it free. They connect out the center. Solid pass to Mankey. Mankey into the circle. A shot, or excuse me, Raspa rather. Now Walsh trying to get her stick on. It was Marissa Raspa who carried that one into the zone. And now Hilwat chips it in. Lexi Lurch across to her defensive partner, gets it deep. Middlebrook behind for Bohonic. Engineers playing with just 5 defensemen in this game. We got a whistle here, and it looks like interference. No, it's going to be a trip. It was away from the puck. But RPI will go on the power play, and something that this Yukon team has become far too familiar with in this series. The Huskies took 10 penalties yesterday. RPI was able to convert twice for goals. The first 2 power play goals of the season, and they'll start off on the man advantage here. Schilter works it down low. RPI's power play now 2 for 39 after that 2 for 10 outing yesterday. It's a shot by Grushaw. She had 2 goals and assists yesterday, upping that point total to 5 on the season. Wash to the half wall. Mahoney. Swoboda back to Wash at the point. She's been playing on the point on this power play as Lauren Wash, the junior out of New Jersey. Schilter up the boards. Nice spin by Grushaw, but she lost it. And it's cleared all the way down. Down the middle, looking for Wren. It'll be dumped in by the Engineers. Grushaw trying to keep it alive in the zone. Picked up by Whitney Wren. Wren in the corner. Hands it off for Grushaw. Grushaw behind the cage. To Wren at the circle. Now Bohonic turns and shoots. She fell down as she was taking a shot. It was blocked, and now carrying the other way. A chance shorthanded for the Huskies. 2-on-1 into the zone. Centering pass, and they bury it. 1-0. It was a good feed. Sarah McDonald, the captain, from Quispamsis, New Brunswick, picks up the goal, her 4th of the year. And so it is 1-0 to the visitors here. Play all started when Hannah Bohonic fell down at the blue line, taking a shot. Wasn't able to recover. UConn capitalized 2-on-1, beating Brianna Piper for the goal. Whistle here, and icing will be called on the Engineers. So 35 seconds to go in the RPI power play. Leah Burris picks up the assist. The lone assist on McDonald's 4th of the season. Engineers look to break out. It's going to be Brandy Banks. Near side for Horwood, into the zone. Mankey trying to dig for it. It's flipped around. UConn trying to clear. They do get it out off the stick of Stott. All the way down it goes. 8 seconds to go on the power play. Kept in at the blue line far side, but over skating. Bohonic picks it up, feeding it ahead for Walsh. Walsh has it carom off her stick, but it goes deep. Husky player defender falls down on the play. Looks like Lum, or make it Hughes rather. And now Hughes has it up the near side boards. Middlebrook keeps it in at the point. Caitlin Hughes, junior, a redshirt junior from Stillwater, Minnesota, gets it as far as center ice. The Engineers fire it right back in. 5.5 into the first period, 1-0. UConn leads on a shorthanded goal by Sarah McDonald. This one will trickle down into RPI territory. Using her body well is Middlebrook. Gets some help from Schilter. Shot from a tight angle goes high and wide off the stick of Burris. All the way down it goes. It was, of course, off of the UConn stick, and so won't be icing. Tie it behind the goal. Grushaw goes down. Coming away with it is Mahoney. In the circle, takes a wrister, takes a deflection off a defender. Is blocked into the corner. Tomlinson down low for Grushaw. Centering pass, and we have a whistle here. And a player is down behind the goal. Looks to be clutching her knee. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. We can't see her. She's behind the net. We do get a whistle. And we have a stoppage here. It is Leah Burris, the one down. Junior out of Windsor, Ontario. No points yet this year. She's making her 61st appearance for the Huskies. So the training staff out to the ice here. Looking back to yesterday's game, Engineers outshot the Huskies 29-27. They scored 3 goals in the second period to open things up, including 2 on the power play. So Burris back up to her feet. It looks to be a lower body injury, just by the way she went down and the way she's being helped off the ice. 13:43 left in the first period. RPI looking for a series sweep, and it's a team that was looking for its first win in a while yesterday, and they're able to get that done. Their last victory coming last January also completed a series sweep. That was against the Dutch women. That was a league series, of course. But down 1-0 here early. Tomlinson looking to feed it down low for Grushaw. Just missed her. It was a good idea from the freshman Tomlinson, who suffered an injury herself in RPI's road trip, but she's able to come back strong, playing in her 5th game for the Engineers. Has a goal. She scored the only goal on that trip against North Dakota. Now Tomlinson turning with it in the circle, walking in, hands it off. Close angle shot by Mahoney goes wide. Kimmerly up the boards for Mahoney. Now Grushaw tried to stick handle around Snodgrass. That didn't work. Far point kept in by Banks. Right onto the tape of Stott, and she'll move it out to center. Outlet pass looking for Campero. Doesn't connect. Engineers tie her up, and Banks shoots it off the wall. Lobbed on further by Horwood. Shot right back into the RPI zone. Bohonic. Ahead to Horwood. Good connection there. They move it out to center. Wash trying to pick up speed, shielding the puck. Lost it for a second. Kicked at by Horwood. She's got it now. Back to Wren. She'll take a wrister off the back of the net. It'll be picked up again by Horwood. Lays it off for Wash. This line has been together for a couple of games now. Looking to find some chemistry. Nice play by Bohonic along the wall, and she gets dumped against the boards, and we're not going to have a call here. We play on. It's Allie Hughes. Into RPI territory. Did it touch anyone? No. It's going to be icing. 11:59 left in the first period. It's 1-0 UConn. Shots are 2-1 Engineers so far. So just the one shot. It was a shorthanded shot. And really nothing that Brianna Piper could do about it. Piper comes in making her fourth appearance. She's 0-2-1 with a .261 goals against and a .918 save percentage. Those are good numbers. Other than, of course, the record. There's a shot by Svoboda blocked and cleared out to center. Schilter now. Up the wall, finds Mankey. Mankey head for Svoboda. Into the slot. A wrister didn't get any of it. It was partially blocked. And now spinning out of trouble is Hughes. Out to center. No, knocked down by Rooney. Rooney into the zone. Down low, centering pass, one-timer, that's turned away. Svoboda on the feed from Mankey. Cleared out to center. Now Hilwa into the zone. Knocked off her stick, back to center. Right back into UConn territory. Hughes has it, goes D to D. Looking to move out to center ice. Now carried into the RPI zone. That's Margaret Zimmer. Turned over. Back comes Hilwa into the zone. Looking for her first point of the year. Throws it towards the goal. Stick save made by Belanger. And now Zimmer out. Feeding it cross ice for McDonald, the goal scorer. McDonald walking in. Centering pass. Good defensive play by Bohonic to tie up the stick. No chance there. Back come the Engineers. Here's Grushaw. 1-on-3 as the Engineers change behind her. Still Grushaw trying to walk into the net. She was bodied off the play, and now it's carried out to center. Knutson lost it. Back comes Mahoney into the middle. Tomlinson walking right in, and it's in the net. It's a goal for Shayna Tomlinson. And the Engineers have tied it up. It just squeaked between the pads of Annie Belanger as Tomlinson picks up her second of the year. You can credit an assist to at least Alexa Grushaw there. We'll see if they get another. But that one just had enough legs to scoot over the line, probably by about 3 or 4 inches. Belanger, who had great numbers coming in despite the 0-1-1 record. A 145 goals against and a 950 save percentage for her. But the Engineers get by her here. Wren, touch pass, connects. Well, they give it away. Shot coming, it was blocked by Schilter. Still in the zone, still threatening. It's Stott. Wrists one towards goal. Hit off a body and goes behind the cage. Outlet pass to Horwood. Horwood into the zone. She's going to chase it down. They're going to give the assist to Mahoney, so my apologies on getting that wrong initially. But either way, it's a goal for RPI as Piper stops this dump in behind the goal. Spinning is Banks. Off the near side wall. And now Rooney. Lost it on the carry. Kelly Harris. Over to Fleming into the zone. Stopped up by the Engineers. Kimmerly. She'll stick handle to center. Good feed along for Rooney. Mishandled the pass a bit, but it hops right to the stick of Raspa. She goes down trying to center. Svoboda in the corner. She gets run into the wall there by Hughes. Shot around far side. Bohonic trying to keep it in, just chops it up in the air. Back to Bohonic from Rooney. Rooney waiting, or Bohonic rather, throws it down low. It's poked away. In the corner they tie up. Trying to dig it free is Lexi Lurch. And RPI keeping alive on the boards. Just, I believe that's Mankey over there. Yeah, it is. Just down on a knee, keeping the puck in the zone. Now it's shot into the Connecticut bench. We'll have a stoppage here in a face-off. I believe it'll stay in the zone. 8:13 left first period. 1-1 RPI and UConn. The Huskies got a shorthanded goal early from Sarah McDonald at 4:23, assist to Leah Burris. Engineers answering at 9:40. Shayna Tomlinson, second of the year from Taylor Mahoney. That an even strength goal. Behind the net, RPI looking to cycle. Taken over for a second and one-handed towards the point, kept in by Middlebrook. Hilwa touches it back to the blue line. Probably an ill-advised pass as Raspa was drifting out of the zone, but it'll be carried on into the RPI end. Teresa Knutson gets the puck stripped off her stick and kept in, though. Hughes, near point. Wrists one wide of goal. Had some net to shoot at. This Piper wasn't quite over yet. Now Hughes again. More room. Feeds it across far circle. Shot. Saved by Piper. We get a whistle. And I believe a penalty upcoming. It's going to be interference on the Engineers. Bohonic's going to go off here. So first power play chance for UConn. They scored on the power play. Now we're getting another whistle here. I believe it's going to be on Connecticut. It's going to be on Emily Snodgrass, and there goes the power play. They're discussing, I believe, well, 2 minutes is on the board, but that might not be the case here. They're talking about it. Let's see, we may get more. Going to be boarding on Snodgrass. And I believe just a 2-minute penalty. So a 9-second power play wiped away. RPI will have an equal length man advantage at the end of this 4-on-4 situation. With 7:12 left now in the first period, tied at 1. We'll see if the Engineers can use their speed here. And they do have some out there in Grushaw and Horwood and Kimberly even. Try and take advantage of this extra ice space on the ice. Here comes Schilter. Far side for Kimberly into the zone. Throws it off the boards. It'll go down low. Fleming gave it away. Grushaw in front. Slapping. What a save there. Point blank. Belanger just got big in front of the net and kept that one out. It was a great opportunity for Grushaw. Just kind of slapped it right into the goaltender and it popped up high. Now Horwood. She'll carry in. Takes a shot and a kick save made on the pad by Belanger. Engineers firing here. 7-3 are the shots. Has worked far side. Out to center. Here's Leah Burris. 30 seconds left of 4-on-4. Burris loses an edge and goes down. Chipped up the wall. Kept in at the point. Skating in is Leah Lum. Lum below the goal line. All the way around. Still Lum. Up top, some room. A shot. Stick saved by Piper on the try by Knutson. It'll go behind for the Engineers. It's Middlebrook to Wash. 4 seconds till a very, very brief RPI power play. Banks into the zone all by herself. Engineers look to get a power play unit out there. Or maybe they won't bother. No, they're going to send kind of a mixed group here. Wren picks it up. Penalties are over. We're back to 5-on-5. Here's Schilter. Thought about a slapper. Slap pass down low. Walsh centering, looking for Mankey. That comes free back to the point. Kimmerly now feeds it back to Schilter. She's got some room to the circle now. Looking for the pass across, and it was tipped away. Walsh waiting on the back door, and it skipped by her. Cleared all the way down. Well, did it take a deflection is the question. And no, says Adam Wood, one of our linesmen today. Officials, referees Jeremy Lemoyne and Stephen Drain. The aforementioned Wood, a linesman with John Kilmer. 4:49 left first period, 1-1 RPI and UConn from the Houston Fieldhouse. Engineers looking for their second consecutive win. They're 1-4-1 coming in. The Huskies are 2-4-2 so far on the season. Bohonic along the wall for Grushaw. Tied up there. And now off the wall is Tomlinson, feeding it over Banks. Shot coming, glove save. Didn't hold it. Belanger tapped it into the corner. Rooney, stick handles away from traffic. Rooney in the circle, trying to get a shot away, doesn't get it off. Does find Bohonic. Bohonic, she'll work it down low for Grushaw. Worked free by Lum, and now UConn will move it out. Knutson just scoops it in the air, but it goes into the bench, so faceoff will stay in the Connecticut zone. Hasn't been a very disciplined series here for UConn, and it's just plays that like that'll drive a coach crazy. Clear things out. They do get a change, but just need to keep that puck along the ice surface, or I mean in the rink. Excuse me. There's a clearance out to center. Now Horwood carries it back in. Rister, pad save, right back to Horwood, sends it across the goal mouth, and it was Wren on the far side, but she was tied up a bit by the defender over there. Now they wave off the icing as winning the race down the ice was Reese Macario. Now Hughes, a slapper, glove save, rebound put wide. I believe Piper may have gotten a piece of that second opportunity. Kept in along the boards. To the point, Lurch. Near side for Hughes. Chipping it off the wall. Trying to move it back to the point. Fleming, they turn it over. Horwood trying to play it around the defender. Gets it as far as the center ice before dumping in. This one will go all the way down, and it will be whistled for icing. 3:12 left in the first. It's 1-1. Shots are 8-5 in favor of the Engineers. We're 0 for 2 on the power play. One of them being just a 9-second power play, and then UConn also 0 for 1. Puck behind the Connecticut goal. It wraps around the near side boards. Trying to keep it in the zone was Rooney. She does so. Looking for Tomlinson, or Svoboda rather. This is a shot and another pad save. Another pad save. Chopping at it is Rooney. Picked up by Svoboda. Engineers knocking on the door here, trying to take the lead. Picked up by Hughes. She'll stick handle away from Rooney and clear it out to center. Banks. D-to-D pass to Kimmerly. Ahead for Mankey. Mankey touches it over to Rooney, who dumps it in. Lurch wraps it around. Finds Kelly Harris. Good play by Tomlinson over there to keep the puck in the zone. Around to the near side. Middlebrook keeping it in. Feeds it across for Tomlinson, who drops it back for Bohonic. Bohonic stick handling, lost it at the line. Just let the move out to center. Middlebrook. Up the boards for Walsh. Skips by her. Lurch has it. She'll throw it cross ice. Hughes out to center. Harris chops it into the RPI zone where it goes rolling into the corner. There it's controlled by Grushaw. Grushaw from Middlebrook. Middlebrook stick handling, gave it away. Harris lost it. Campero can't control. It's out to center. Hughes. Center ice. Connects there to Farrell. And UConn gets it deep. Under 2 to go in the first. Up the boards for Tomlinson, and now Grushaw picking up speed at the hash marks. Turns inside, shot low, save. It's covered. No, it's no whistle. Side of the net, we play on. Thought we might get one. It looked as though Belanger had the puck at least somewhat covered up, but referee said he saw did not blow the whistle. Hughes across for Lum. Up the boards and into the RPI zone. Chasing after it, Snodgrass. She goes into the boards with Kimmerly. Kimmerly finds Horwood, turning with it. Horwood trying to get it out to center and does. Turn right back around. Schilter trying to get to a loose puck. Gets into a stick battle with McDonald. And the Engineers take over in their own end. Here's Kimmerly. Under a minute to go now in the period. Schilter back for Kimmerly. Through center. Tipped along by Wash. It will not have the legs for icing, or will it? Yes, it will. Martin, 38.8 to go in the first period. We'll have a face-off back in RPI territory. Face off to the left of Piper, won by the Huskies. Work it back to the point. Stud, a shot that goes wide. It'll hit off the back of the net with 30 seconds to go. Wash. She looks to carry out. Ahead for Mankey. On for Svoboda. Stops up, falls down. And Stud will go across the ice with it. Looking ahead, intercepted by Banks. She's stopped a potential break there, intercepting that pass. Now the Engineers are all bottled up at the blue line, and it'll be an offside call. 12.5 left in the period. We'll face off in the neutral zone. Up the boards, stopped there for a second. As the puck's still in the zone, and we'll have the horn to end the first period. Engineers outshoot UConn 11-5, but it was the first shot of the game for the Huskies that has proved the most costly. It was a short-handed goal, the fourth of the season by Sarah McDonald. Engineers do answer, though, as freshman Shannon Tomlinson, the first-year skater out of Guilford, New Hampshire, picks up her second of the year. We are even at 1 after 1. We'll be back with the second period in a few minutes. You're watching RPI Women's Hockey on RPI TV. Welcome back inside the Houston Fieldhouse. We're getting set for period number 2 between the Engineers and Huskies. Game 2 of a 2-game series. RPI getting off the slide they were on yesterday. Previously 0-13-2 in their last 15 coming into Saturday afternoon, but they were able to jump on UConn in the second period for 3 goals, including 2 power play tallies, en route to a 4-1 win. And here they are tied with these very same UConn squad, 1-1 after 1. Engineers will be scanning from left to right across your computer screens as we bring you today's game, as always for free here on RPI TV. Center ice win on the draw for RPI. Engineers in that first period actually lost the face-off battle 9-6. Or excuse me, they won it 9-6. Alexa Grushaw was 4-1 on face-offs, and she wins another one to start the period. Kimmerly wrists one towards goal, blocked out, and now carried on by UConn out to center. Mahoney goes behind her out to center, kept alive by Lum for a second, but right to Taylor Mahoney, one of the co-captains for the Engineers. She dumps it in. Up the far side, tapped in by Bohonic. Engineers need to touch up. That was Wren. She does. Carried on by Stott to the RPI line, turned back the other way. Wash shoots it in. Belanger touch it, and we have a whistle and an interference call coming. I believe it's on the Huskies. It is. Knutson's going to go off for interference. Freshman from Onalaska, Wisconsin. So she goes off here. RPI with another power play chance. They're 0 for 2. After going 2 for 10 yesterday. Wash. Mahoney. Svoboda. To the point for Shilter. Back to Shilter. Slapper deflects into the corner. Stott behind the cage. Grushaw tracks it down. Svoboda back to Grushaw. Wash. Holds it. Feeding it down low, looking for the one-timer from Svoboda. Didn't get her stick on it. All the way to Grushaw. Grushaw carrying high. Wash. One-time pass across into the skates of Shilter. Her shot was turned away, excuse me. And now Grushaw again. Grushaw to the hash marks. Stops up there. She'll feed it down low for Svoboda. Svoboda now carrying out of the corner. Drops it off for Shilter. Shilter across for Wash. She'll take a slapper that flutters wide of the goal. Didn't get it cleanly. Minute to go on the RPI power play, which has held possession in the zone. And just as I say that, UConn's probably clear here. They will. Piper stops it up behind the net. Wash. Over to Grushaw. Flipping it into the zone. Comes down in the corner. Mankey. Can't get to it. Horwood can. Banks along the wall. She's tied up and lost it, taken over by Harris. Now UConn breaking out shorthanded, looking for the shorthanded chance. Snodgrass was ahead of the play. Puck pops in the air. Horwood can't keep it alive. It's swatted out to center and all the way down. Race for the puck. Bohonic not going to beat Harris to it. 5 seconds to go on the power play. It is over. Good play by Harris to just tie things up behind the RPI goal line. Now trying to work it back to the point. Tomlinson can't get her stick on it. It's turned around by Hughes. Make it Lum, rather, who dumps it in. Brandy Banks, junior, out of Burlington, Ontario. Ties up with, looks like Knutson in the corner. Now Horwood's over there, working it towards the point, kept in by Hughes. Or make it, well, the other Hughes, Caitlin Hughes. They're spelled differently. Caitlin and Ellie. There's a shot that goes wide. Tomlinson trying to tap it out to center, can't get it out of the zone. Turning and shooting, Knutson was blocked by Bohonic, and now it does leave the zone. Lum flips it into the corner. Horwood's going to track it down. Leaves it behind for Bohonic. Trying to work it out. It's shot back in. Engineers having a bit of trouble clearing their zone right now. Now it's scooped in the air and over the head of Fleming to center ice. Shot coming. That one got a piece of the glove, I think, did Piper. Now Lurch through traffic. It was blocked and never got there. Horwood right back to Lurch at center ice. She'll backhand it right back in. UConn pressuring here in a tie game. 4.5 into the second. There's a shot and a stick save as out to the top of her crease was Piper to make the save. Shot back behind for Fleming. Fleming gets run into. And they work it back to the point. Here's Lurch. Far side. Hughes shoots it right into the corner. It'll wrap around behind for Macario. Now a try at the near side. And that one was blocked. There was a bit of net to shoot at for Fleming. But luckily for the Engineers, they hit a body and never got to goal. Now Horwood just trying to get it out. Can't do so. Hilwa back to get it. Slaps it around near side. Puck comes off the wall. A backhand try. No, carrying it behind was Fredette. Centering pass. One-timer blocked by a skate. Rebound save. Rebound, another stop. And now it's going to be covered up by Piper. What a series there for the senior goaltender, Brianna Piper. First time with the glove, then with the pad, and then she was able to hold on. Keeping this game tied and getting the whistle all in one. Remember that play if the Engineers are able to come back and regain the lead here. As it was all Piper there bailing out her defense. 14:42 on the clock, second period. Grushaw gets wrapped up there by Justine Fredette, freshman from Winnipeg. Now a shot wide by Fredette. She kind of hooked that one way wide of the goal. Goes up off the glass. Far side corner. Engineers' new group are be able to clear. Tomlinson trying to track it down. She wins the race down the ice. Tomlinson stops up behind the goal. Knocked off her stick. We get a whistle and a penalty. It's going to be body checking. It's going to go on the Huskies. Another power play opportunity for the Engineers. Their fourth of the game. Justine Fredette, who's at the end of a pretty long shift, takes the penalty there. Face-off one back to the point. Schilter. Now Wash. Back to Schilter. Wrist shot coming. It was blocked on the try by Grushaw. Grushaw tried to play it back to the point. Now she'll hold it. Shields the puck and hands off to Schilter. Svoboda behind for Mahoney. Taylor Mahoney holds it. Cycles for Svoboda. Pops off her stick. Can't control. It'll go behind. Hughes and Mahoney go into it. Now another penalty coming up. Mahoney was dragged down. We're going to get a whistle here. See what it is. Going to be a hook, and it's going to go on Hughes. So RPI will have a minute 28. Call it a minute 29 of 5-on-3 time. And a glorious opportunity here. A long 5-on-3. Looking for their first power play goal of the game. Schilter gives it back to Wash. Schilter down low, looking for the deflection. Jam try at the side of the cage for Grushaw. And she's going to get a whistle. Belanger, that is. Covering it up. It looked like her blocker hand or stick was on top of the puck to freeze it. Minute 14 of 5-on-3 time. You can see at the top of the screen there. 1-1 the score. 13:28 left in the second period. Engineers win another offensive zone draw. So crucial in 5-on-3 situations. Here's Schilter. Wash. Back to Schilter. Down low. Mahoney. Back to Schilter. Over to Wash. Had 2 assists yesterday. Did Lauren Wash up to 3 points on the season. Rister, glove save right out in front of her. Looked like a catcher there. Catching a pitch. That was Belanger who was able to hold on to that one. 54 seconds as the Engineers continue to pressure here with the two-man advantage. Into the corner they go. Dug free and falling down on the play. Svoboda's going to pick it up. That was Mahoney who went down. Back to the point for Schilter on the indirect pass. Off the wall. Now Mahoney at the circle. Back for Schilter. Had to reach for it a bit. Wash. Looking down low for Grushaw. Grushaw up top for Schilter. Going down to try to block the shot that never came was Zimmer. Engineers still on the attack. 22. Backdoor play looking for Grushaw. It was poked away. Svoboda back to the point. Wash walking in. Finds Schilter to the dot. Looking down low. A shot. Is it pinned against the post? No. And it stopped up. Waiting to hear from our officials where that puck was. And it was pinned up against the post by the left foot of Annie Belanger. So 9 seconds left of 5-on-3 time. From where we are here, I couldn't tell if it was in or against the post, but we didn't get a signal, and it indeed was pinned up against that left post. Banks to the point. New power play unit on for RPI. 4 seconds left of 5-on-3 time. Bohonic down low. Jam try at the side of the cage. Stuffed and not in. It's a couple of tries there for Horwood. Couldn't get it in. Now another shot by Banks is going to be covered up by Belanger. And you can see her numbers coming in. Not a fluke. Annie Belanger turning away the Engineers at every turn on this 5-on-3, now 5-on-4 power play. 25 seconds left on that. The penalty to Hughes. Here's Bohonic. Over to Banks. 17-10 are the shots now in favor of RPI. Bohonic again. Working at far circle. A shot blocked by the defender in front. That was Lum. And cleared all the way down by the Huskies. Engineers about to be 0 for 5 on the power play, but not for a lack of trying or really puck possession time. This is the first time the puck's left the zone here in the entire 5-on-3. Now Mankey feeding it in front. It was blocked by a skate and cleared out to center. Back to 5-on-5 as Amanda Kimmerly go back to claim it. Kimmerly, a freshman from Anoka, Minnesota, and the Engineers give it away at the line. Centering pass, a little bit behind the intended target. They were looking for Campero, and now back out to center. It's Horwood. Top of the circle, fires one off a skate and goes wide. Walsh, far side now. She looks to cycle. Too far for Wren. It'll be tracked down by Lurch. Lurch across for Hughes. Trying to get it out. Campero can't control. Shot back in by Schilter. Right back to Schilter. She'll carry it this time. Catherine Schilter poke checked at the blue line. Spinning around neutral zone is Kimmerly. Cross ice pass connects to Wren. Poked away from her. Snodgrass into the RPI zone. Drops it back. Working in Harris, looking for the return pass to Snodgrass, and her stick was tied up just a bit. Couldn't get the connection there. Now a tie up in the corner, RPI end. 10.5 to go in the second. Campero behind the RPI goal. Working it to the point, and it'll be shot in by Lurch. Harris knocked away from her. Wren had it poked off her stick. Now Kimmerly up the boards, kept in at the point by Stott. Farrell, circle, shot, pad saved by Piper. Kimmerly again, up the boards for Rooney. Rooney finds Walsh. Nice job to control a pass that was behind her. She'll chip it into the zone. Belanger will wrap it around towards the near point. And they can't get it out. Couple extra tries. Grushaw keeps it in. Now she loses it on the stick handle, knocks Lum down, and we play on. Outlet pass to the RPI blue line, intended for Birisov, is broken up and sent back the other direction. Now Middlebrook trying to carry it along, didn't have it. Back comes Zimmer, centering pass knocked down by Grushaw, and she had to be there because Farrell would have been all alone if not for the back check of Grushaw. Now Mahoney. 2-on-2, RPI skates to center with Tomlinson. Mahoney carries near side. Offside was Tomlinson. Lifted up that back leg a little bit too early. And that'll draw the whistle. 9:12 left in the second. Both teams at even strength. We have a 1-1 game. It'll go behind the Yukon goal. And now moved out to center. Poked towards the RPI line. Engineers in good position defensively. It's picked up by Wash. Outlet pass to Horwood into her skate. She'll kick it to herself and carry along. Horwood in the corner. Back towards the point. Mankey keeps it in. Yes, she does. Just barely. Shot by Middlebrook. Just kind of flipped into the chest, and it'll be held onto by Belanger. Engineers back in action next week, and they head to Harvard and Dartmouth to open up ECAC hockey play. Opening up on Halloween against the Crimson at 7 o'clock at Bright. They then travel the next day to Dartmouth, 4 o'clock start on Saturday, November 1st. It's already November coming up here. Shot by Svoboda, blocker save by Belanger. Trying to clear is Knutson. They get it ahead. Here comes Snodgrass. Fakes a shot. Centering pass. Wrister blocked away on the try by McDonald. Looking for her second. Loose at the side of the cage. Poked free for Svoboda. She tries to clear. Good stick again by McDonald. Shot comes all the way through from the point by Hughes. That one's turned away by the stick of Piper. To the half wall. Knutson looking to feed it down low. It hits off of Mankey. She gets knocked down, but does get it out to center. Leah Lum, the freshman from Richmond, BC, gets it ahead. Now a break and a chance for McDonald. She fired it wide. A breakaway try and a little bit of defensive lapse there by the Engineers as they weren't changing. Just didn't pick up the skater there. Here's Campero in the corner. Back to the point. Harris gets a touch on it. And now to the near side. Cook a drive off the top of the net. It took a deflection and went over. Could have gone anywhere. There's a collision at the side of the cage. There's some very vocal Yukon, I believe, parents or fans here. And are very noticeable here in a rink that not a lot of folks hear. The whistle. And a face-off upcoming. 6:35 left in the second. I believe icing is the call, so we'll head back to the RPI end of the ice. Won by Yukon. Wrister didn't get through. Blocked by Kimmerly. She tries to stick handle away from danger. Burisoff had it knocked off her stick. Engineers nearly gave it away. Schilter kind of blindly threw it behind her, but it gets to Kimmerly. Now Mahoney will dump it in. Tomlinson trying to get there before Belanger does. Belanger rips it around. A shot from Grushaw looking to catch Belanger out of the net. It wasn't a bad idea, but it missed wide, and it comes out to center. Stott into the middle of the ice. Up the boards at the end of a shift there was Burisoff. She just heads off after kind of casually reaching for the puck. Realized she couldn't get it. Takes a step onto the bench. Now Grushaw has some space to work. Mahoney in the middle. Centering pass Mahoney off her stick. And it's moved back out to center. Lurch. Or make it to Zimmer rather on the carry. Spins it back towards the point. Nobody there. Lurch will shoot it in. And RPI will pick it up. Middlebrook up the boards. Finds Horwood. Gets a touch on the puck, but it just sat there. And now Wren Flipping it up the wall. Grushaw shoots it in. She'll go off on a change, as it'll be picked up behind the cage by Hughes. Up the far side boards, knocked out of the air. Banks has it. Along for Horwood. Horwood has a player breaking. It's Wren. It hits off the shin pad of Zimmer and into the RPI bench. 5:07 left in the second. It's been a pretty well-paced game here. Back and forth. (1-1) still here. Both goals coming in the first period. Shots are 19-12 RPI. Here's Kimmerly. Spinning around in her own zone to create some space for herself. She'll feed an outlet pass to center. Horwood dumps it in. Chased down by Hughes. Hughes up the wall. Finds McDonald. They gave it away. Wash trying to work it back to Wren. She's now tied up along the half boards. Taken over by Farrell. Goes behind. Whittlebrook knocks her player down. Rooney looking to stick it along the line. Good strength there to keep it alive, and still Rooney on it. Has Wash in the middle if she can find her, and waited a little bit too long. Still Rooney on the puck, however. All the way around Rooney. Wrist shot coming. That one's blocked by bodies in front as Wren was tied up with Lurch. And now McDonald moves it out to center. Knutson to the RPI line. RPI forces it right back the other way. Svoboda looking to stick handle. Picking up is Mankey. Backhander right on goal. And it'll be held onto by Belanger. This is much better from RPI than we've seen really this weekend than we've seen the last couple of weekends. Although the competition may be a bit of the cause for that. This UConn team was 2-3-2 coming in, so no slouch. They're coming off a tie against Syracuse, a team that RPI, we have a hooking call coming up on RPI here. A team that has given RPI problems, that Syracuse squad, and it's going to be a slash. I thought it was on RPI. But I should know better in this series. Another penalty, and I'm not sure. Oh, one each way. So we will have 4-on-4 hockey, as there will be one each way. It's a slash, I believe, is the call on Hughes. I'm not sure what Rooney's penalty is. Holding. There we go. So we'll play 4-on-4. Good play by Mahoney at the red line to just break a bottle up the breakout. Now we have delayed penalty coming up on the Engineers. So there will be a UConn power play upcoming. Huskies have the puck, however, and now 5 skaters on the ice. Yep, they do have 5 out there. Penalty upcoming. There's Lum at the top of the slot area. Engineers should touch up. They will. Banks gets the stick on it. And we'll have a power play now, minute 24. Or excuse me, a 2-minute power play. They're going to get Grushaw. It'll be a minute 24 of 4-3, and then the rest of the penalty will be 5-on-4. But an opportunity here for UConn to go back in front. Kimmerly off the draw. It was a good defensive zone win. Will it clear the zone? Yes, just enough on the effort by Amanda Kimmerly. It's Kimmerly, Svoboda, and Schilter, the 3 penalty killers for RPI. Snodgrass, top of the circle, drops it back for Lum. Lum, slap pass down low. It was blocked and cleared by Kimmerly. Engineers will get a quick change of the penalty killers as Mahoney comes on in place of Svoboda. Trying to clear, gave it right away. McDonald. Good play defensively by Mahoney to break things up momentarily, but they stay in the zone. Harris drops it off McDonald. McDonald walking in. Fake to shot. Lum gives it right back to McDonald. Now Lum, another fake. Back to McDonald. Top of the circle. Back to Lum. A drive over the top. Mahoney trying to clear and does. Out to center. Down the ice it goes. 25 seconds left of 5-on-3 or 4-on-3 time, I should say, as Mahoney may have had a chance shorthanded as the defender slipped. Couldn't get her stick on the puck. Now Harris all the way around the net. Harris still holding it. Back to the point. Stutt. Back to Harris. Some room. A shot and a goal. It snuck through. It's a power play goal. And that'll make it 2-1 UConn. It looked like Piper had gotten over, but maybe snuck inside that near post. So the power play has expired. The goal is Harris's. It's her second of the weekend and third of the year. Two to one is the UConn lead. We have another 5 seconds of 4-on-4 here. Now Hughes at the point. Fleming knocked off her stick, and now ahead for Wash. Wren trying to work it back to Wash. It was intercepted and carried on. Now a 2-on-1 chance for the Huskies. Feeding it down low and not able to control the pass there was Zimmer. Or she would have had a solid opportunity to make it a 3-1 game. Engineers dump it in. Belanger stops it there. Off the glass out to center. Middlebrook. Bohonic. Over past Mankey. And now Lurch up the far boards. Carried in by McDonald. Around to the near side. Free to the point for Lurch. She'll just keep it in. 47 seconds to go in the second. Just one goal in the period. Has the Huskies on top by one. Now a good break up there by Svoboda. Partial break for her. She'll slow up in the circle as the Huskies caught up with her. Turning and shooting wide was Svoboda on the try. Puck in the corner now. Loose puck controlled and scooped high in the air. It'll come down at the RPI line. A shot that goes wide on the try by Fredette. And now 17 seconds. Engineers trying to catch the Huskies on a change. Mankey will shoot it into the corner. RPI player upended. 9 seconds. Tomlinson walking in. A shot hit a skate. Tomlinson again through traffic. Looking for the stuff try was Mahoney. Is covered quickly. And then Mahoney is dumped at the side of the cage. Looks like the two players just got tangled up there. It's Hughes and Mahoney. And Mahoney skates away from the net. Probably more unhappy with the fact she didn't finish that one off than getting dumped there. Where's Grushaw, I should say. 3.4 seconds. Face-off coming in the RPI offensive zone. Maybe a quick shot try. Mahoney's going to line up at the point. Grushaw wins it forward. It's tapped out to center. That'll do it for the period. UConn gets the only goal. Kelly Harris, a power play tally. UConn now 1 for 2 on the man advantage. That was their only power play shot. Well, they made it count. Shots are 19-13 RPI, but it's 2-1 Huskies after 2. We'll step aside and be back with the third. You're watching RPI Women's Hockey on RPI TV. Once again, we welcome you inside the Houston Fieldhouse for period number 3 of this afternoon's non-league game featuring the Yukon Huskies and the Engineers from RPI. I'd like to welcome all of you unable to attend today's game, and thank you for watching on RPI TV. My name is Perry Lascaris, calling the action from here in Troy. Engineers find themselves down 2-1. Despite outshooting the Huskies 19-13. It's been a pretty good game. Pretty even. As we commence the third. Shot in by Yukon. Face-offs after 2, heavily in favor of RPI. 21-12. Grushaw's 11-4 on the draw, which is a very high amount of face-offs taken. Here's a shot from the point, turned away by Piper on the try by Hughes. RPI 0 for 4 on the power play. I should say 0 for 5. Yukon 1 for 2. Mahoney trying to backhand it out in front. It's swatted away. And moved out to center by Fleming. Dumped in by McDonald. They want to change. Bohanek up the wall for Horwood. As far as center, it's shot right back in by Stott. Banks. She's bottled up in the corner by Campero. As they tie up in the RPI zone, will be played behind. Campero trying to beat Banks to it. Now Wash. Wash far side. Pass a little bit behind Wren. She'll have to skate back to her own end to get it. Into the bench, and we have a stoppage here. There's a big smile on Schilter's face. Intending to dump it in. She has a quick chat with Middlebrook. Face off at center ice. Middlebrook looking for Schilter, or excuse me, Mankey there. And now Hughes. Hughes into the RPI zone. Stick handling. Takes a shot. It was blocked by Middlebrook. And just decked. And we're going to get a penalty coming up on Yukon. Delaney Middlebrook was just, for not sure why, hit there. Delayed penalty coming up on the Huskies. 6 skaters out there for RPI. Svoboda off the wall for Schilter. It'll rattle around behind. They get a touch to the visitors, and we'll have another power play coming up. I believe this is RPI's 6th power play. The stats say 4 so far. Either way, RPI 0 in the left column. Looking to change that here. Here's Grushaw. Slapper coming from Schilter. Gets all the way through. Mahoney trying to stick it home. Rebound is kept out by the ever-impressive Belanger, and it's cleared all the way down. Grushaw behind the net. A little bit of a trip, but she stays on the puck, does Grushaw. Working it to the corner for Tomlinson. Back to the point, Bohanek. Grushaw at the hash marks now, back to Bohanek. Thought about a shot, takes one, deflected in the air. It'll go behind Mahoney. Poked at by Tomlinson, trying to help it into the corner. Lum is there. She has it pinned up against the boards. Grushaw trying to kick it back to the point and gets it there. Wash Firing it down low. Tomlinson with room to work in the corner. Off to Grushaw. Grushaw holding. Down low, looking for the tip, and they get one. Mahoney directed it on goal. The pad save was made by Belanger. Back into the zone quickly come the Engineers. Here's Wren. A wrister right on, and a save by Belanger. Horwood lurking, but there was no rebound. Excuse me, 41 seconds left on the penalty to Hughes. Here's Stott. Up the boards for Harris. She'll fire it all the way down. Another rush here for RPI. Down a goal. Horwood into the zone. 20 seconds to go on the power play. Centering pass all the way through. A wrister, and that one goes wide off the stick of Wren. Looking for her second of the year. Scored against Vermont, did Whitney Wren. Here's Banks. Over to Bohunic. That one doesn't make its way through traffic. 4 seconds to go on the power play. Maybe one last shot here. Banks holds it, works it down low. Back to the point. Bohunic, a wrister right on, and a save made by Belanger. Once again, Bohunic goes down. Gets some help, though, from Horwood, who takes her spot defensively. As the Huskies were breaking the other way, they elect to dump in and get a change. Not quite 5 minutes into the third period. UConn with a 2-1 lead here in Game 2, trying to salvage a split this weekend series. Engineers trying to draw even. Swoboda has it knocked off her stick. Puck in the zone. Campero walking in, centering pass, a shot, and a save by Piper. No rebound. Brianna Piper has needed to be superb here on a couple of occasions. The shot totals aren't quite there for the Huskies, but she's had to make a couple of quality saves in this game as Piper. That one shot in. That was just the 14th shot of the game for UConn. Engineers have 24. Good outlet pass. Here comes Walsh. Has Rooney in the middle. Plays it behind. Walsh goes down. The puck comes right to her. Centering pass for Rooney. Walking in a shot. Rebound. Kept out. Another try for Banks. They score! It took a third try, but the Engineers have tied it up. Brandy Banks didn't realize she had scored. There was a pile up in front of the net. But that puck flipped right into the back padding of the goal. First of the season, second of her career for Brandy Banks. Has tied this game. Just pure perseverance for RPI in the offensive zone. Took 2, 3, maybe even a fourth try there. And they're going to look at this goal. I'm not quite sure why. We're going to have a look at the replay here. I don't have a real good look from here, but we'll have to take a listen, I guess. 14:35 left in the second. Engineers have, or think they have tied this game. There's a question of whether the goaltender Belanger may have been interfered with. That's the rumor here in the press box. We'll figure out exactly what went on. It looked pretty clean to me. The pileup occurred outside the crease. It didn't look like there was a whole lot of action inside the crease. I have nothing to look at. And they say no goal. Wow. That'll be interesting to look at after the game. I don't have a view of it now, but it'll be interesting to see what happened on that play. Just from the naked eye, it looked like there was some bodies piling up, but they appeared to be outside the crease. Not the case, as the goal saved off. So the Engineers will have to find another way to tie this game. Coach John Burke getting an explanation from the officials. So still 2-1 UConn. It came after some great play by RPI, just driving to the net, getting scoring chances. In the corner, working out to Mahoney. A wrister right on, and a save by Belanger. That one not troubling the freshman, who has been very good today. Just the one goal allowed on now 28 shots. Middlebrook gets it back from Mahonic. Pressure comes, trying to work it down low, intercepted. Player breaking. That was McDonald. Couldn't find her. Now she goes back to get it herself. Moving into the zone, Hughes dumps it in. Knutson trying to get there. Mahonic will work it up the glass. Excuse me, not to center. Now a near giveaway, poked free by the Engineers. It's Tomlinson. Stick handling neatly around one, looking to center, hit off a skate. Cleared off the glass towards the point, kept in for a second by Mahonic, then she gets run into. Puck still in the zone, right across the line, and Tomlinson still trying to keep it in. Kicking at it, still in the zone. Wow, great play there. Grushaw's going to carry in. A wrister, blocker save, rebound comes free, a goal! Laura Horwood sticks it home. On the rebound, the Engineers will not be denied this one. It's a 2-2 game for sure. First goal of the season for Laura Horwood, her 7th in the cherry and white to make it 2-2. Just great job, and you got to go back to that play at the blue line. Hannah Mahonic threw her whole body into keeping that puck in, then got a little bit of help from Tomlinson and Grushaw. Those should be the assists on the goal, as Horwood eventually was able to stick it home. Belanger maybe a little bit slow to go down there. She was standing up when the puck went in. I'm not sure she saw where it was. Also, no one picked up Horwood, so you can't completely discredit the goaltender there. Horwood was all by herself when she slapped that one in from close range. So 2-2 now with 13-18, still a long way to go. There's a shot off the base of the net by Campero. Snodgrass working it back to the point. Now Stott. She'll take a slapper. That one's deflected wide. Schilter working it around to the near side. Moving it out to center and controlled. Sweeping it right back around was Cook. And now into the zone wash. A save, and it's underneath the pad of the goaltender, Belanger. She will hold on there. Engineers more than doubling up the Huskies in the shots department, but the game is 2-2. RPI with the only goal of this period, as it is Horwood scoring from Grushaw and Tomlinson. Now Rooney into the zone, a glove save, and that one right into the mitt. Easily seen and held by Belanger. Defensive zone faceoff win for the Huskies. Lexi Lersch up the far boards out to center. Bouncing puck in the zone and offside there. I'm not sure what McDonald was trying to do. Her line mate was still a few steps across the line when she carried it in. Face-off coming here. Chipped into the zone. Lersch on it. Indirect pass behind her own goal for Hughes. Hughes out to center. Bouncing puck skips behind McDonald. Shot back the other way by RPI. Poked along from Mahoney. Carried into the zone. Tomlinson walking in. A shot off the post and out. Grushaw hands it off for Middlebrook. That'll be gloved and hold on to. Did that hit the inside of the post? It's hard to say. Well, pretty clearly did not. From my angle, there's a chance it could have gone off the underside of the inside of the crossbar, but it does stay out. So still 2-2. Tomlinson nearly untied things, and now a 3-on-3 break for UConn. Good back check by Wren. That'll break things up. Snodgrass will turn things around in neutral ice. Fanning on the outlet pass. Now finds Campero. Shoots it to the RPI line where Schilter's waiting. And now Wash. Stick handles, gets tripped and goes down. Penalty coming on the Huskies as Wash stepped around a poke check, and a lazy stick there from Snodgrass. She's going to go off. Another power play for RPI. The Engineers 0 for 5 so far. Trying to untie things here. Another face-off win for Grushaw. She's been spectacular in the circle so far today. Grushaw again. Cross ice connects. That's Wash. Down low for Mahoney. Back to Wash. Coming up on 11 to go in the third, and a tie game 2-2. Grushaw. Faked a pass. Takes the shot. It hit a skate and went wide. Schilter again. At the circle. Switches places with Grushaw. Finds Wash. Wash faked a pass. Works it down low. Mahoney with Svoboda waiting in the middle. Finds Grushaw. Cross ice Wash. Wrister coming over the top. It'll come down along the near side. Grushaw the first to it. He's trying to stick handle away. Grushaw to a knee to keep the puck. Now Wash. She'll take a slapper. That one's blocked in the air. It'll come down in the corner. Svoboda. Pinned against the boards. Plays it behind for Mahoney. Mahoney stick handling. Back to Svoboda. This power play unit has looked good. It's 0 for 5, but has had basically possession almost the whole time they've been on the man advantage all night. Now here's Grushaw again. 52 seconds to go on the power play. Changes spots with Schilter. Drop past Svoboda. Back up top Grushaw. Fakes a shot into the skates of Schilter. Over to Wash. Wash holds it. Back to the top of the circle she goes. She looks to cycle. Mahoney picks it up at the side of the net. Back up top to Wash. Now Schilter. Schilter holding. Waiting. Still Schilter now. Back to Wash. 28 seconds to go on the power play. Down low for Mahoney. Mahoney back to Wash. A shot that was blocked. Right back to her. She'll track it down at the point. 15 to go on the power play. Grushaw down low looking for the redirection. A pileup in front of the net. Svoboda's there, as is Mahoney. And the puck was covered. Backing up into her net was Belanger to make the save. RPI knocking on the door here once again. But the power play, unless they can score another 11 seconds, will go without converting. Rooney pinned up against the boards. Penalty about to expire. And out comes Snodgrass. We're back to 5-on-5. Mankey trying to keep it alive at the point. Now a chance to break for UConn. Snodgrass. McDonald joining the play. Bohonic back. A shot. Save. Rebound pops to the side of the cage. It was a glove stop by Piper, who wears that glove on the right hand. Kept it out. Under 9 to go in the third. Hughes throws it in front, looking for the redirection. Snodgrass may have gotten her stick on it, but it went wide. Rooney chips it out to center. Back to the RPI line and into Engineers territory on the dump in by Lersch. Mankey. Stick handling in her own zone, lost the puck. Harris throws it back across the middle. It's poked out nearly to center by Horwood. Now a shot. That one's blocked. Horwood picks it up. As spinning into the corner was Lum. She looks to be okay. Horwood off the glass out to center. Turned back by Hughes. Carried on by Horwood. Horwood scored the game tire, looking for the go-ahead goal. She's tripped up and goes hard into the boards. Kind of a coming together of feet there, and nothing to show for it on the tight angle shot. Now Wash trying to pin things up along the half wall. Gets it free for a second. It'll be thrown behind for Hughes. Hughes up the boards. Connects there to Zimmer. Wash runs into, can't quite see who that was getting up there. It's Farrell. And now the Engineers have it. Kimberly showing that good skating skill she has out to center. Turned it over, however. And now here's Farrell into the zone. A wrister and a save by Piper. No rebound. We'll get a stoppage in play. 7:33 left in the third. It's 2-2. Puck wrapped around. They'll go all the way down the ice, and it will be icing on the Engineers. Shots 31-16 RPI. Look at face-offs here. You can cut up what Grushaw's done. Grushaw's 16-6 on the face-off. Is a shot from the point by Stott. And one of the few losses for Grushaw there on the draw. Turned into an opportunity for the Huskies. Now trying to work it up the boards is Tomlinson. It's poked away. Middlebrook behind her own net. Lots of pressure from Harris. Harris has her all tied up, and Grushaw comes to help out. And now carried on by Mahoney. Mahoney to center. Flipping it in the air. It'll come down towards goal, and it bobbled for a bit away from the goaltender, but the Lions is able to cover there. Face off in the Yukon zone. Carried on by Fredette. As a teammate to her left, there's a shot and a glove save by Piper. She'll hold on to that one again. Not a really challenging shot there for Piper. She saw it all the way. 6:44 on the clock here, third period. The only goal of this frame was scored by Laura Horwood at 6:39. Assist to Grushaw and Hannah Bohonic. Fredette gets bumped by Mankey. Kimberly taps it on. Penalty coming here. I think they're going to get Mankey for holding, or it's going to be a hook. So a power play opportunity here. It'll be the third of the game for the Huskies. Mari Mankey goes off for hooking. Face off. Won by Yukon. Back to the point, McDonald. Far side, Lum. Down low. Lum gets it back. Now to the high slot from McDonald. Back to Lum. To the circle now. Looking to feed it in front. Knutson hit off the skate of Banks and goes behind the cage. Campero back up top. Lum fakes a shot. Far side, McDonald takes the shot. Save made. Kick to the corner. And now moved out towards the point. Mahoney has it. She'll shoot it off the boards and all the way down. Engineers will change all 5 penalty killers. Now turning and shooting it off of a body. They do get it out to center. Poked at. Engineers trying to clear, and Horwood does before getting hit into the boards by Harris. 5:30 left in the third. Under a minute to go on the Mankey penalty. Stopped up at the red line. Poked at by Grushaw, and she spins around as her ice. If Grushaw gets a touch on that puck before one of the Huskies does, she's off to the races, but not the case as it popped out of play. Off the draw, Kimberly fires it into the Yukon zone. Fleming turns it back the other way, far side, into the zone for Snodgrass. She gets knocked down by Schilter. Schulter tried to stop things up, lost the puck. Zimmer back to the point. Fleming. Hughes. Back to Fleming. To the circle for Harris. Back to Fleming again. Hughes. Back to Fleming. Back to Hughes. Working it down low. Centering pass all the way through. Looking for Harris. Engineers clear it down. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Long outlet pass from Belanger. Goes all the way down the ice, and it'll be icing on the UConn goaltenders. A little miscommunication there. Wasn't a bad idea trying to catch RPI changing, but none of her teammates went for the puck, and it results in an ice that'll all but do it for the power play. 4:34 on the clock. Here's Hughes up the boards, back to 5-on-5. As they'll say, that one didn't touch anyone either. It'll be icing. Face-off upcoming. Work it back to the point. And now a long outlet pass all the way through everybody. They wave off the icing and say it hit Middlebrook. Up the boards, Horwood. Threw it in the middle for no one in particular. It's turned around by Sydney Cook. Back into the zone, Wren, looking to center for Horwood. She was tied up and never got a shot away. Kicked at by Grushaw. Behind, Stott has it. Over to Cook. Cook to center, kicked back into the zone by Mahoney. And now Cook again. Tapped in by Campero. Back to get it, Kimmerly. Banks. Failed clear at once. They'll try to work it up the far side and do get it to center. Mahoney off the boards into the zone. Grushaw kicks it to herself. Grushaw stick handling. Lost it. Comes right to Mahoney, but it's lost in her skates. Couldn't get the shot away. Now Banks. Banks feeding it down low. Finds Tomlinson. Tomlinson looks to cycle. Mahoney trying to center. It's blocked up. And good strength there shown by Tomlinson to work it free. Kimberly's shot was blocked by the shin pad of McDonald. Poking at it was Mahoney to keep it alive in the offensive zone. Still Mahoney now in the corner with a pair of Huskies. Comes free to McDonald. McDonald trying to clear. Backhands it up the boards. Knocked out of the air by Grushaw. Not high enough for a high stick, so we play on. Grushaw trying to stick handle. Still Grushaw in the corner. Blind backhand pass into the middle. Nearly got there. It's cleared out to center. Rolling puck to the Connecticut line. It's moved up out to center. Now to the RPI blue line. Just onside there was McDonald. It flipped in deep. RPI will have to go back and get it with 2:19 to go. Behind the goal, they play out Tomlinson. Flipping out to center. That one is played with a high stick. And we'll get a whistle for that. 2:09 to go on the clock. We'll head to the UConn end of the ice for face-off. Huskies have drawn just a bit closer in the shots department, now 31-18. As the puck comes trickling in on goal, it'll be held onto by Belanger. Mankey to take it for RPI, pushed forward into the corner. Off the glass, out to bouncing puck, controlled by Bohonic, nicely ahead for Rooney. Katie Rooney's being hooked up a bit, stays on the puck, taken over by Lersch. Lersch will carry to center, play it on for Zimmer. Margaret Zimmer into the RPI zone, lines up for a slapper off the glove of Piper, and then off the glass. Engineers move it back to center ice, shot right back in by Hughes. First one, too, it's going to be Justine Fredette. She gets tied up and lost it. Off the glass by Svoboda and out to center. Race for the puck. Good stick handle by Lum to get around one forechecker, then flip it back in. We have icing. Is the call. Will it be a costly one? 1:19 left now, and a faceoff will come all the way down the ice. So here we go. Face-off work back to the point. Schilter. Wrist shot through traffic goes wide. It'll come free to Kimmerly. Bouncing puck. Controlled by the Huskies. Carried on by Harris. Harris shooting it in. It goes wide of goal. Under a minute left. Puck deep in RPI territory. Controlled by the Engineers. Here comes Wren. Shooting it in. They'll chase it down in the corner. Horwood's the first to it. Well, she's tied up there with Hughes. Hughes comes away with the puck. Falls down, picked up Horwood, looking to cycle. Wren's tied up now with Snodgrass. The puck comes free to Hughes. Far side McDonald. Carry it along into the RPI zone. She'll chip it deep. Now Mahoney. Banks picks it up. Plays it on further. Mankey. Connects there, or Wash rather. Dumping it in is Bohonic. Behind the net, Tomlinson pinned up against the backboards. Puck behind her. Picked up Mahoney. 11 seconds. Back to the point. Banks. She'll work it back down low with 7. Tomlinson in the corner with 4 seconds. Down low, Grushaw centering pass, one-timer. Loose at the side of the net, and it was Mahoney who got the shot, but I didn't think she got all of it. And it was eventually covered before the horn. We'll have a stoppage here as we head to overtime. We'll take a very brief break and be back with an overtime session. You're watching RPI Women's Hockey on RPI TV. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can do that. Is it, just Google it, I can find it there? I think I've done that before. All right, cool. See you, Jim. Bye. Getting set for overtime here at the Houston Fieldhouse. Shots 31-19 in regulation. RPI 0 for 6 on the power play. UConn 1 for 3. Play 5 minutes of sudden death OT. Running down the goal scoring very quickly. Sarah McDonald at 4:31 or 4:23, excuse me, of the first from Leah Burris. Then it was Shania Tomlinson. 9:40 of the first from Mahoney made it 1-1, and Kelly Harris gave the Huskies a 2-1 lead. 17:56 of the second. On the power play from Jessica Stott and Kayla Campero. And RPI tied things up at 6:39 of the third. Laura Horwood, her first of the year from Grushaw and Bohonic. So here we are in OT. Huskies looking to break out as they carry into the zone. Losing it on the stick handle. Grushaw picks it up and heads back the other way. Good poke check by Snodgrass. They shoot it in their own bench, and we'll have a stoppage here. Just 48 seconds into overtime. Face-off won by the Huskies at center ice. They'll work it up the far boards. Into the zone by Fredette, picked up by the Engineers. Wren knocked off her stick. Moving it back towards the point, and now cross ice. Shot blocked, kept in the zone, however. That was Stott, and it'll be tracked down by Fleming behind the net. Around for Zimmer. Back to the point. Cook through traffic, takes a deflection off of some bodies in front into the corner. Now Wren takes the puck away. Ahead for Horwood with speed. Maybe a 2-on-1 chance here for the Engineers. Horwood walking in, feeding it down low. Looked like a shot that went wide. And a chance by the wayside there for RPI. As it shot back down, this will be icing on UConn. The UConn defender fell down on the play, allowing for the 2-on-1 to develop. Looked like Horwood maybe felt that the pass was not on there and elected to shoot the puck and miss the net. So we'll have a timeout taken by the Huskies here. .3:15 left in OT. It's been a pretty exciting overtime, seeing as we're only not quite 2 minutes into it. Chances at both ends of the ice. Remind you again that the Engineers are back in action again next weekend. They're hit the road for the start of the ECAC hockey season at Harvard and Dartmouth next Friday and Saturday, 7 o'clock and 4 p.m. Respectively. Then they're home the following Friday and Saturday for a non-conference series against the St. Cloud State Huskies here, a return from last year's trip out to Minnesota. Those are both 3 o'clock starts on Friday and Saturday. So a face-off in the UConn zone after the icing and the ensuing timeout. One back by UConn, up the boards, past Hughes. Engineers keep it alive, Grushaw. And now carried on out to center, knocked down by Grushaw, trying to carry it right back in. Went down on the play. Good poke by Mahoney to keep it alive in the zone. Tomlinson gets taken down on the way to the puck. Turns out nobody saw it. And now moved out to center by the Huskies. RPI, pretty solid case for interference there, as Tomlinson was trying to get to a loose puck and she's just taken down on the way there. Now a stick handle by McDonald. 2.5 to go in OT. Rooney. Stick handling to center, maybe a 3-on-2 here for RPI. Now it's a 2-on-2 as Tomlinson and both Grushaw make it a 1-on-2. Tomlinson and Grushaw both left the play to take a change. There's a giveaway. Shot by Svoboda goes wide. Mankey trying to track it down for Rooney. She gets bumped to the ice. Outlet pass at center, knocked away. Campero ahead for Harris. Shot right on, loose of the side of the goaltender, and there's a collision as Schilter was trying to do her best to keep Harris away from a puck that she didn't know whether or not her goaltender saw it. Piper thought she had it. It was sitting next to her, and a brief cause for panic on the RPI side of things, but she's able to find it and cover. 1:57 on the clock here in OT. 2-2 still the score. As a face-off upcoming. UConn doesn't have enough players on the ice. Now we get another. Brittany Birisoff is the one who joins the play. Now, due to that late change, Snodgrass is tossed. The Engineers win the draw. Up the boards. Wren carrying it behind the net. Over to Kimmerly. Kimmerly back behind. Engineers trying to get organized on the breakout. Horwood trying to clear, kept in by Hughes. She'll backhand it up the wall. Stopped up a bit there by Horwood. Staying on the puck are the Huskies. Banks got her stick caught in the skates of Campero, and she got away with one there. Maybe just to be a little inadvertent play. The refs not calling much of anything here, not looking to call anything here in OT. 1:13 left to play before these two teams split the decision today as it's shot in. Quick outlet hits a skate. Wren has it. Up the boards looking for Wash. Wash further for Horwood. They dump it in. Under a minute to go in OT. Up the far boards. Broken up. Chance for the Engineers to skate ahead. Here's Tomlinson. Stick handling. Tomlinson goes wide. Into the middle. Puts a shot on goal. She was tripped up. As there's a pile that needs to be taken care of to the left of the goaltender. And we'll have a stoppage and a face-off coming in the Yukon zone. 40.9 to go. Good attempt there for Tomlinson. Now I believe a timeout will be taken here by RPI, maybe draw something up. They've done a good job on the face-offs, I should say, so far, so not out of the question to try and do something with it here. Engineers have won now 35-27, so the Huskies have closed the gap just a bit here in the third. Shots are 32-20 Engineers. So we'll see who the Engineers send out of this timeout. Alexa Grushaw has won 17 faceoffs herself today, losing 8. Has an assist, 6 shots, and a +2 rating. Good day for Grushaw. Really good weekend for her. 2 goals and an assist yesterday, so that's a 4-point weekend for Alexa Grushaw. After a bit of a slow start. She's back to her normal, almost point per game ways. And now work back towards the point area. He'll be chipped in to the RPI end. Whistle here, and we're going to have puck played with a high stick, it looks like. So 20.5 seconds. We'll have a face-off, or excuse me, a penalty on the Huskies. I beg your pardon. Thought it was a puck play with a high stick. We have a high sticking call. Power play for RPI, 20.5 left. Let's see if they can turn this impending tie into a victory. Here's Wash. 14 seconds, looking for the backdoor play. It was broken up. Back to the point with 10 seconds. Here's Schilter. Feeding into the middle. Errant pass gloved by Schilter, and now cleared with 4. That'll do it. As it's picked up by Grushaw, Engineers will have to settle for an unbeaten weekend. And that's something we haven't said in some time. The Engineers don't sweep, but they get a win and a tie here against Yukon and look to be headed back to where they'd like to be in the positive column here for Coach Burke and his staff. They have to be happy with the results here this weekend. Maybe with the power play opportunities today, should have won, but in the end, a positive step here overall on the weekend. Engineers head into conference play against a couple of real tough opponents. They'll head to Harvard and Dartmouth. Harvard, a team that's been solid for a long time, and Dartmouth, a team that turned it on really late last season to finish strong. So it'll be a tough trip for RPI. We'll see if they're able to build off of what they've been able to accomplish this weekend. Quickly run down the scoring for you in this game. First period goal by Sarah McDonald, a shorthanded goal at 4:23. Assist to Leah Burris made it 1-0 Huskies. Engineers tied it up at 9:40 the period. Shanna Tomlinson scoring her second of the year from Taylor Mahoney. And then UConn went back on top at 17:56 of the second. A power play goal by Kelly Harris. Assist to Jessica Stott and Kayla Campero made it 2-1. Engineers tying things up. The game-tying goal. It'll go down as a 6:39 of the third. Laura Horwood scoring her first of the year from Alexa Grushaw and Hannah Bohonic. Shots final 32-20 RPI. So credit 30 stops for the freshman for UConn, Anna Belanger. Another tie for her. Her numbers have been terrific all year, but still no victories for her. She's now 0-1-2. Credit a tie for Brianna Piper. She's now 0-2-2. A good strong showing by her as well. She stopped 18. RPI 0-for-7 on the power play. Huskies went 1-for-3. That'll do it for today's webcast here. We'd like to once again thank everyone for watching. Here, your final score once again was the Engineers 2 and the Huskies 2. This has been RPI Women's Hockey on RPI TV.